Everything? What is that? Commercial narrative? Yeah, we can talk about that today. That's fine. Okay. Do I say that every other day? Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Mr. Shotland, Saturday tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so, yesterday was library day. Wednesday with the sub. Hopefully you guys got started on some good personal narratives. Somebody look back on the board, keep reminding me so that we can kind of get this in our brain because we've been on expository for a long time. What is one of the 4 things that we definitely need when we're talking about a personal narrative? Please raise your hand and tell me. Sorry.
Raise your hand and tell me.
Yeah, Francisco. 1 moment in time, okay? So we're not going to talk about AM or PM. So, it was 7 in the morning when I woke up. I brushed my teeth. I drank some orange juice. It was a bad combination. Now, I went to the AT&T store. And finally, I'm going to get to my story. And by this time, I'm just like, I'm done, okay? Alright, what's another thing we need?
Realistic.
We need it realistic, right? So we can't be talking about finding aliens in our, forest and then dressing them up like a doll, right? Giving them Reese's Pieces, alright? That's E.T. Okay, somebody already came up with that story. It wasn't your life. Somebody give me another thing. It's on the board. Tell me, we've talked about having 1 moment in time and realistic. What's another thing? We need a lesson learned, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And then last one, Gracie, what do we need? We need a hook. Gotta have the hook, right? So we gotta rope our readers in. Okay, so when I say truism, does that mean anything to any of you? Does anybody have an idea of what we're talking about when I say something is a truism? Charles, what do you think that means?
Truth.
Okay, right. So like a truth, a universal truth is what they would say. It's a little bit like the lesson learned that Alicia was talking about on the back wall. The lesson learned. Who is familiar with that? For me. Who is familiar with Beauty and the Beast? Has anybody seen that movie? It's been a long time for me. Okay. So Ivan, I know you're a super manly man. You've probably never seen that movie.
I just haven't seen like the movie.
Okay, so, don't worry, I actually, moment of truth, I've never actually seen the movie either. Like, I've seen, like, the last part of it, I've seen the, like, never together all the way through. What? Okay, so, side tangent, I'm sorry. So, in the movie, right, what is the lesson learned? What does Belle end up learning that like everybody should know at the end? Julie. Say it louder.
Don't judge people by their looks.
Right, don't judge people by their looks, right? So it's kind of like that whole idea of don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, who's familiar? Show of hands. I'm going to look for a show of hands. Who's familiar with the tortoise and the hare? I think we talked about this. Oh yeah, that Super Bowl commercial with the Mercedes-Benz. The tortoise and the hare. So it's the one about the bunny and the turtle, and like the turtle is like 1 step at a time, right? And the bunny boom, takes off, and it's like, oh yeah,
And then
got
it
this,
starts like so great.
right? And goes to bed, and then the hare ends up losing, right? Because he underestimates the opponent. So what's the lesson learned at the end of that story? What's the lesson learned? Do not use the restroom during races. Very good. Here. Just kidding. What is it? Yeah, so slow and steady. Go at your own pace. I'm going to do one more that hopefully you're familiar with. Who's familiar with
Toy Story.
No, that doesn't have a lesson learned. Okay, wait. Okay, how about this? Stand up if you have heard the story of the little engine that could. Everybody stand up that has heard of that. Alright, so I hear, okay, sit back down. Okay, so Connor is saying, I think I can. So in that story, story, for those of you who are not familiar, the little engine has to go up this big hill, and it's the biggest hill, right? And he's this tiny little engine. And so he has to keep telling himself, I think I can, I think I can. Then he gets there and he's, I know I can, right? And so, what's the lesson learned? Somebody raise your hand. Lesson learned. There, Jonathan.
Never give up.
Never give up, right? Okay. So, stay positive. That's a good one too. So these lesson learned are kind of what we like to call as a truism, and we need to have them in our personal narrative. So Chuck, go ahead, read out to me the definition of a truism.
Truism. A truth, a life lesson, a claim about people or the world.
Okay, so you've got to make a claim. This is a little bit like our so what with our expository essays, okay? So you need to make sure that in your conclusion, you say, this is what I learned as a result of this experience. Who did not get back an essay? Who needs one? They might not have been, probably the field trip, right? Okay. Okay, who needs one? Raise your hand. Is Jonathan the only one that needs one of these essays? Put the hand. Cool.
Oh, I don't have mine.
Check your mic. We're supposed to turn them into the box. That will be here. Good. Okay, so it looked like when I was passing out, some of us got all the way done and some of us need some more time to work. We're going to build in time for both of those things. So let's look at some of the truisms that they have up here. Beauty is power. Okay? I don't really like that truism, and here's why. Because with our truisms, we want to leave them a little bit open-ended. Okay, what do I mean when I say open-ended? Does anybody know? Okay, so I don't want it. No, you definitely need to finish the sentence. You need a period there. I don't want to make an absolute statement because maybe that's not really true. So here it says, conflict can make friendship stronger. Did I say conflict always makes friendship stronger?
Yeah.
Right. So I left myself kind of like an out. In some cases, conflict makes friendship stronger. So I want to be very specific with the type of words that I use. Okay? So what we're going to do is, as a class, we're going to generate some pictures for the truisms that come up here. So, people create their own punishments. Let's take 10 seconds, fake time. Nobody say anything. Just think about an image or a picture that you would associate with this statement. 10 seconds starting now. Okay, somebody raise your hand. What image popped into your mind? What image popped into your mind? Alicia?
Jail.
Jail, right? Yeah, that popped into my mind. That's a good one. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Prison.
Okay, so words of association. Gary?
Death.
Death? Whoa, that got morbid real quick. Jonathan? Juvie. Okay, so we're thinking like an institution where people are incarcerated, yes? Yeah,
Like
that's a big word for like...
Incapacitated.
What? D-hall, okay. Let's think... I want to challenge us to think a little bit more creatively, okay? Because the image that pops up here is not going to be very creative, but I think our class is way more creative. So we can come up with some cool stuff. What are you thinking? A hospital, okay? So maybe like you create your own punishments. You like got yourself sick, maybe. Like, tell me more. What? Oh, okay. Okay. So you were very careful. Awesome.
Mental, like, instability.
Oh, mental instability. Okay.
But you don't create that yourself.
So, yeah, that's...
Like they put all the blame on themselves, like, it's like really overwhelming.
Okay, so, well, that's very creative, right? That's a very deep, overarching thing. Ivan,
Being grounded.
being grounded, okay. We're thinking of specific instances now. Let's think about the image. Let's still try and stay on that image train. And
Working at McDonald's for the rest of your life?
oh, wow, okay.
What a punishment.
One person in my first period class talked about maybe like somebody knocking over a first domino. Like, you know, dominoes are all set up, and this image has like somebody knocking over a domino. Because like, it will come back around, and you know, if it's in a circle, it's going to create something. So it's kind of like karma. So we came up with a very similar image to what the PowerPoint had, okay? Let's see if we can get a little more creative on this one. It's better to stand out and be yourself than to be like everyone else. Think time. Let's take some think time. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Think about our images. Let's think about our images, okay? Go. Okay, somebody raise your hand. Give me a mind-blowing image. Chuck.
Bunch of sheep walking to the end of the cliff.
Oh. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, so the sheep start doing whatever like the leader sheep does. So if the leader sheep falls off the end of the cliff, what all the other sheep gonna do?
Dude, that was awesome, right? So like sheep like will do, you know, they're very like when somebody calls you a sheep, that means that you just like follow the rules. Like you put your blinders on, right? And you just do what you're told. So it would be better to not be like a sheep and not fall off the cliff. Awesome. Awesome analogy there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like a book, like
Okay, tell me more.
the books, and they basically like a lot of books have like the same plot, and nobody really likes to read them.
Okay.
So like someone makes a book that's like different. Nobody likes to read that.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Nick. Oh, okay.
That's a
Yeah.
great
Go
story.
back, Nick. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like
Everybody in uniform?
not one person.
Okay. Nice. Very cool. Francisco, last one.
Some of that commercial car that everybody else sees, has like the average car and then the gas.
Okay, so we use this one a lot in marketing, right? We use this one a lot in commercials because everybody wants to be unique. We all want to be individuals. Somebody said fish like swimming upstream, kind of, you know, that image. So we kind of have these marbles and then boom, one blue one, right?
That's cool. The rebel.
Okay, some women will do anything to be in style. So let's go back.
I know.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to what we were talking about with the language. Did it say? I'm gonna wait. Did it say all women will do anything to be in style? No. And there are some women, right? I mean,
Well, women and men.
right, sure, and men. There. You know,
Oh my people.
some good. I even like that better. Some people will do anything to be in style. Okay. Let's take 10 seconds and think about an image that pops to mind.
What is
Gary's laughing. It makes me nervous.
what you just
Okay. Somebody raise your hand. Give me an image. Give me an image. Gary's laughing again. Gary, what are you thinking about?
A girl wearing twinkle toes. Just to be in style.
I was really worried that you were going to say Kim Kardashian.
Out of all people.
No, I was thinking that too, actually.
Okay, well, I said it for you. Nick.
Facelift.
Facelift. Okay, so like plastic surgery, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said, but breasts.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say there. Some people will do anything to be in style. Last one.
How can just somebody like shoplifting because they can't afford the clothes? They still want to do that? got